everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to our Informal and Inspirational Conversations series. Today is the third one, and we will talk about writing and therapy with Gamze. Why writing can be therapeutic. Through writing, we talk out of the darkness into the light together, one small step at a time, says poet C.J. Heck. Writing is a medicine for your mind. Whenever you feel mentally and emotionally exhausted, writing down the things that bother you will help you to structure your thoughts and bring peace to your mind. There is no doubt about that. Cambridge University in 2018 published research, the results of the research. The research was about writing. So a group of people were asked to write their real emotions for 15 to 20 minutes a day without downplaying their emotions, the real emotions. Results, what they say is when people write their experiences as is, their emotions as is, they can cope with those emotions much better. And their future physical and mental health is much better than those who wrote some neutral emotions on their journals. So that tells us that a 20 minutes of exercising, writing exercise every day helps you to collect your thoughts and your emotions and to be stronger as a person, emotionally, physically, and mentally. Similarly, writing can help you to improve your emotional intelligence. That's another finding. And emotional intelligence is very important, as you know, in our lives, especially as a coach. I help my clients to improve their emotional intelligence. And I suggest them to keep journals. Those people who keep journals can have an honest discussion about their emotions with themselves. They don't need anyone else. So, Gamze, I know that you wrote a book about dissonance, and you called it Dissonance and Harmony, but it's all about writing and its therapeutic effects, if you like. And I know you gave an interview to a journal in Dubai, right before Emirates Airlines Festival of Literature, in which you are working as a moderator. And the title of that interview was so touching. It says, Journaling for the Soul. So let's start with your experience of writing. And is it really therapeutic? So how can writing be therapeutic? Can you please tell us?
Hi, thank you so much, Hande. Yeah, you just did a wonderful introduction. I don't know how will I enter into that wonderful way of actually putting everything. And that's a very difficult question you're asking. The answer is probably, I'm not sure, but for me, it was basically a self-healing process to write, to start writing, basically. Uh, I'm not sure if there is any magic formula in any therapeutic activity, but apparently if you have self-discipline and a good sustainable attitude to move on with your writing, it really helps. I think I used to write when I was a small child, when I was a young girl, informally, basically. I used to keep lots of journals for myself when I was in high school back in Istanbul. The whole process started from that way, and I was always feeling very good when I was putting things on a piece of paper. That time there was no computer, so we were putting everything on a piece of paper and keeping little small notebooks about how we feel about life, about school, about parents and friendships and everything. I remember that helped me a lot to just I don't want to say only heal, but to move on in life and to have a stronger personality in many ways. Uh, but when I actually started writing the book Dissonance or Harmony, I was not sure about the title, but the book started as an exercise to heal myself about certain things I experienced in my personal life after I lost my both parents, one after the other. I always explain this because then the process of writing really put me on a path where I can actually put words in a very structured way, and that becomes a book. That started that way, and during that time I was very much into the psychotherapy training as well, so that helped me to just structure the book in a different way. So that was the whole story of starting writing. And then after, I probably went into the literature more, and I found a middle way to reconcile literature with psychology. So Dissonance or Harmony just became a book of collection of essays, basically. It's a nonfiction book, 21 essays in total. I can't say a self-help book, but it's a hybrid of self-help with a bit literature, a bit a personal journey, talking about my own journey through life. But I believe writing can be a form of therapy, and it's actually a part of expressive arts therapy in literature as well, journaling and writing.
Definitely. Gamze, why is the title Dissonance or Harmony? Where does it come from?
That's it. I actually thought a lot about the title. In the book itself, the interesting part of the book, in every chapter, I inserted so many musical terms. My husband and I, we are too much into the music as well. So the music was a very important part of the whole book. Dissonance and harmony are two musical terms. People are always asking. Dissonance is lack of harmony in the sounds, basically. And it's at the same time, it gives a lot of insights about the psychological state of mind as well, because there's a term called cognitive dissonance in psychology.
Yes.
I mentioned it also in the book, so I don't want to explain so that people maybe might prefer to read it where it is. So the whole book is a kind of personal journey, starting from lack of harmony in life, from a chaotic stage in personal life toward a more harmonious state. It's the total journey. So there are three main subtitles in the book as well, called cacophony, polyphony, and harmony. Those are also the musical terms, if you look at them. So under every subtitle, I put different types of essays, which are very related to the subtitles, with musical terms in every chapter, with the explanation of each musical term, basically using the musical terms as metaphors to heal people or to help people in their own journey. So I just probably wanted to combine everything: music, metaphor, literature, psychology, and self-help all together, and it became the Dissonance or Harmony. You might ask why or and not and.
Yeah, that was my next question. Yes.
Probably. They might exist at the same time. That's a question I'm asking to myself as well. Is it dissonance or harmony which is more dominating in our lives? And my solution is, it's like a journey. The moment you just think you reach the harmony, sometimes you go back to dissonance. You go back to the stage where you are lacking the harmony. So it's very much not a very linear journey, but it's a non-linear journey with lots of ups in it, lots of ups and downs. That's what we call life. You have happy days, you have unhappy days, you have good days, you have bad days, you have all the colors, and you have gray colors between as well. So that's why it's or. That's a question I'm asking to myself at the same time.
Well, I suppose, when reading the book, I was thinking that maybe it's just you can't be harmonious when you are in the dissonance stage. So it is almost either or. You can be, dissonance is a part of the harmony, I understand that, but it's not mutual. So when you are in dissonance, you can't be in harmony. But when you are in harmony, there will be some dissonance that leads you to the harmony. So that's why I thought maybe it is or rather than and
Hmm.
in the title. So, I mean, you explained us a little bit about the structure of the book and the motivation behind it, but I mean, do you have more to say about it? Because you mentioned that you have three titles, major titles, and then you have some essays, and you explained us how it works around the musical terms and your motivation behind it. But maybe would you like to elaborate a little bit more?
So in every chapter there is a topic basically, and then after the topic there is this musical term, and there's a little exercise as well, which is very much related to thinking and feeling processes. Those are list of questions you may ask to yourself, or if you are a trainer, you can use those questions within your training. If it's a coaching or therapy session, you can actually use those questions to ask your client or your consultee about it. And then there is a little explanation, metaphoric explanation about this musical term as well in every chapter. And this is basically in every essay the same structure follows until the end. So total 21 essays. I just want it to be very much kind of sustainable when you follow a kind of path until the end of the book. I mean, writing, it's a form of catharsis in a way. Even when people do not write books or journals, but they write on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, they write stories, short stories when they express themselves about their current state.
Correct.
Or in Facebook, time to time, I just actually see lots of different posts. People express themselves, I don't know, in Twitter, social media, and Facebook and Instagram. And I realize people want to express themselves in different ways, put their feelings, emotions, and thoughts in it. So in that form, it's a form of catharsis. Maybe they try to access the harmony within themselves. They try to access, they try to do this journey from dissonance to harmony within themselves. I don't know. I think every individual has a unique answer for that. That's what I believe in it. My motivation might be different from someone else's motivation. But at the end, I just believe in the power of the words and metaphors and sentences. And if we want to use them in a constructive way, they can really help people to heal themselves.
It seems to me you don't only believe in the power of words, but you also believe the power of the images, because there are some incredibly beautiful photographs in your book. So did you take those photos? Could you please tell us a little bit about them?
I took them personally. It's from my camera throughout my lifetime, I might say, from different places. Those pictures are also related to the essay topics. So in every essay, there's a picture, and the explanation behind it is very much related to the essay and to the picture. The only thing is, when you have the printed copy of the book, they are black and white. When you buy the Kindle copy, they are actually colored as pictures. So that's the only difference. People are sometimes asking, oh, the pictures are black and white. And so like in printed versions, they are unfortunately in two colors, but the life is full of colors. So if you buy them digitally to protect the environment, then they are colorful.
So Gamze, maybe it's the right time to mention that your book is on Amazon, and we will put down the link for the book on Amazon.
Thank you.
Okay, Gamze, so tell me, this process of writing the book or expressing yourself, did it help you to heal your wounds of losing your parents?
To some extent, yes, because that gave me a purpose to move on in life in a way. And also additionally, it actually opened a new window in my life to move on with literature as well. Because that book was in English, and now I'm writing in Turkish. And people are asking why I wrote the book in English as well. I always say because I had my education, my diploma program in psychology in English, and everything, I don't know why, just came in English. then I realized also you can express your thoughts and emotion in another language. And that's also a challenge to yourself. Can you do it in 2 different languages, maybe in 3, 4, 5 languages if we can? I wish I could actually speak 10 languages and then be able to write in 10 languages. I think the more languages you speak and you write, I think the more you can enrich your own mind and then probably trigger different thoughts and emotions also in your own mind. So I believe in the power of words in every language, basically.
You say that there are no rules in writing, and I loved that. And on that note, when I'm finishing this conversation, I would like to remind everyone that writing every day for 20 minutes, closing yourself into a small room, and just being with a pen and paper can be therapeutic and can improve your emotional well-being.
I agree.
Gamze, thank you very much for your time. And yeah, I will give the details of the book for our listeners. Thank you.
Thank you, Hande. Thank you.